There has been a gradual but fundamental shift in marketing over the last 10 years, the democratization of content creation. Back in the Mad Men days, content was only accessible to brands with a large marketing budget, an extravagant ad agency, and a Hollywood director. Lead times were long and fees were high. Enter the digital revolution. The internet and tech advancements have blown access to creation and distribution tools wide open. Boundaries between professional and amateur have forever been blurred across all parts of the creative sector. Thanks to the explosion of the smartphone ownership, most people, well, apart from my mum, have highly effective 12 megapixel cameras in our pockets. Brands have capitalized on this, launching campaigns that harvest UGC by asking their customers to share their brand experiences through their lens. Social networks have also ensured that sharing is at the heart of everything we do, which has helped propel this movement even further. ASOS's As Seen on Me movement has had well over 1 million tags on Instagram and has even caused ASOS to reflect the movement on their website. They recently launched an online tool that shows clothes on a variety of different body types. Then, of course, there's Apple's incredible shot on the iPhone billboards, which I'm sure you've all seen, which use user photos to promote their handsets. In fact, entire brands have been built on the strength of their UGC on social media, like watch brand MVMT or Queensland-based High Smile, who have both generated tens of millions of dollars in sales by using influencers in UGC. Or Aussie success story, Frank Body. Frank Body's founders started his unique beauty brand when Bree's husband, Steve Rowley, noticed a number of customers at his Melbourne-based cafe asking for the leftover coffee grounds to use as an exfoliator. With a small investment of $5,000, they created a single product, their coffee body scrub, and started to sell it online with no marketing budget. Today, they've sold well over 2 million body scrubs in over 149 countries and generated a yearly revenue of over $20 million just by harnessing the power of UGC. These brands have been successful in using influencers as not only their ambassadors, but as a diverse network of content creators. With this affordable and endless stream of content, they've been able to make regular connections with their customers. You'll also see this democratization in the design world. Online marketplaces like Crowdspring, 99 Designs, and Upwork have given fledgling businesses an easy way to create logos and a wealth of branding assets. Once a brief goes out, their community of designers are given equal opportunity to submit their ideas. A business can choose their favorite and work with that designer directly. Australian startup Canva found themselves right in the heart of this content evolution. Founder Melanie Perkins originally taught students how to use design programs such as InDesign and Photoshop. Difficult to learn and even harder to master. Noticing the opportunity, Canva offered users a lightweight toolset for creating marketing materials and other design products. Today, more than 20 million users sign into Canva each month across 190 countries. Their latest fundraise saw them valued at a very cool $4.7 billion. This, along with website builders like Wix, gives small businesses and brands the tools they need to launch without traditional avenues that may have fundamentally been out of their price range historically. The way drones, cameras, and phones gave us the tools to capture moments, the internet gave us a platform to broadcast these moments. In 2005, there were only 14 million blogs on the internet. By 2010, this went up to 133 million. And by 2019, there were 456 million blogs on Tumblr alone. This surge has eclipsed the growth of established publishers, who over the past decade have attempted to move their offering from print to digital. In a bid to boost page views, many news outlets and digital magazines have collaborated with bloggers and influencers, as website homepages have declined in favor of search and social referrals. Similarly, people uploading YouTube videos from their bedrooms have amassed huge audiences, contributing to the decreased time we spend watching TV and increased time on social platforms. Uninhibited by editorial guidelines, creators have been able to test and learn what engages audiences incredibly quickly. They've steadily conquered each social platform, building their audience and influence, and have been able to monetize their offering through deals and partnerships with brands. Okay, so who cares? Well, you should. Your customers are consuming more content and advertising than ever before, and it's getting more polished by the day. The standards are getting higher, and it's becoming harder to capture their attention. You could throw money at high-cost solutions to satisfy this need, but your budget probably won't last long. Not to mention the increased number of occasions. Valentine's Day, Easter, Halloween, Mardi Gras, Black Friday, and my day, International Redhead Day. These are all occasions and opportunities to be speaking to your customers. Brands are using the democratization of content creation to their advantage. They're tapping into the wide resource of creatives, all effectively showcasing their work through social media to fuel their content marketing and advertising machines. The smartest brands are turning to social creators as a fast and cost-effective way of creating content. With the luxury of lots of content, they can make precise, relevant connections with their customers often. They can figure out what messages and visual cuts through by testing and learning. And it's adding up to some big results. They're generating beautiful content and, most importantly, high engagement. Now, why are these creators so valuable to your brand? Well, firstly, they've amassed large social followings and are experts in making content that speaks to their audience. They've spent years testing and refining. Platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Vine, TikTok, and now Byte, thank you Lauren, have launched personalities with huge audiences, and it's showing no sign of slowing down. More importantly, they work diligently to upskill. They're able to get their hands on more affordable and more sophisticated technology, not to mention lower cost editing tools. They're able to create high quality work without costly overheads. Social advertising is a race to capture attention. Only the highest quality content will resonate. Remaining ahead of the curve and monitoring trends is their job, and they can adapt and learn extremely quickly. The trends we see today, like flat lays, messy food, body confidence, and a no-filter filter, were all introduced by these social creators. They're not just incorporating the latest social media trends, they're literally creating them. And finally, they're real people. And as we know, user-generated brand content drives a much higher engagement than brand-generated brand content. Without the skew of a marketing lens, these creators look at projects without bias. They will often bridge the gap between aspiration and relatability. At Vamp, we've witnessed this shift firsthand over the last 5 years. You see, we're a content and influencer marketing platform. Our clients use our platform to be connected to social influencers they can trust. We have a close community of creators who have been proven incredibly effective in making content that converts. But we've noticed an evolution. Whilst brands originally came to us with the primary objective of tapping into our talent's power to influence, they were coming out of the process with beautiful branded content. This very welcome byproduct was being reused on their own social channels, advertising, websites, and even on the side of taxis. Realizing they could use our creators as a huge network of creative freelancers led them to come back to us with purely content briefs. Consider shooting image assets for an eyeglasses retailer. Once, this would have required a crew of photographers, models, and stylists, a location set, professional lighting, a big budget, and long lead times. Now content like this is being created for our client, OPSM, by social creators within Vamp's community. Through our marketing partnerships with Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, the natural evolution was to turn this content into high-performing, ROI-driven social ads. Our creative studio adds animation and sounds to images to transform them instantly into social ads. We've worked out the blueprint of how to turn influencer marketing into performance marketing. Now let's see an example in its entirety for our client, West Elm. In this campaign, once we generated a bank of assets, we were able to tackle the next challenge, capturing the customer's attention. To give this content the very best chance of standing out in busy social feeds, we added animation and sound, which we know adds to the overall engagement value. Then we made sure we targeted West Elm's customer base directly. In the old world, you would have published and hoped for the best. Now we have access to precise targeting. And it worked. We were able to achieve a 43-time return on ad spend. This translated into sales for West Elm, generating $43 for every $1 they spent. This campaign effectively proved two things. Firstly, high-quality content is great at capturing the attention of social audiences, and influencers are capable of creating it. Secondly, precise targeting of these ads is a great way for driving engaged audiences to convert. Some of our clients, like Adobe, will pair VAMP's original offering of influencer marketing with media optimization. Adobe wanted to drive downloads of their Lightroom mobile app across APAC. 37 creators submitted content along with a story tutorial video, and using our platform, we were able to see what content performed the best. From there, we ran a social boost strategy to promote the content that was most engaging and optimized to downloads. The results? Over 100,000 downloads of the app. We achieved a cost per download of less than $1, and we gained 2 new additions to our awards cabinet. Okay, now you've seen a lot of information, but I'm sure you're wondering how you can make this work for your brand. Here are 4 tips to help you nail your content and influencer strategy this year. Number 1, value your creative. Earlier this year, Facebook ran a webinar on how brands could create engaging Instagram stories. In their advice, they were clear that creative content can make or break performance. They said that 56% of brand sales uplift can be attributed to the quality of the creative. It makes sense, right? We're exposed to over 5,000 ads per day, and we're wired to value images. They make messaging more memorable and spark emotional reactions. Customers have more choice than ever before. They're literally bombarded with content. Marketers no longer have a large, receptive audience patiently watching their ads. Your customers are dispersed across platforms. They're short on time, dancing on TikTok, and splitting their attention. With so much at stake, brands can't afford to limit their advertising assets. Secondly, choose your creators carefully. As we've discussed, social creators are a diverse community of talent who can generate engaging content at affordable rates. However, like with any employee, creative partner, or Tinder date, doing your due diligence and finding the right match is fundamental. VAMP only works with a pre-approved community to ensure we're connecting our clients with creators who meet our high standards in content and professionalism. But if you choose to go it alone, consider these tips. Firstly, check out the branded content they've produced before. Do they produce the type of content you want? Video, cinemagraphs, stories, etc. Link to the above. Do you like their creation style and tone? Does it align with your brand? And finally, do they have the correct kit and editing process to complete your project on time and on budget? It's important to remember that this selection process is different to influencer selection. It doesn't matter about their following. It matters whether they can create and deliver the content that you need. Number 3, trust. The golden rule that will propel your campaigns even further: trust. Allow them to create without overly restrictive briefs. Not only will you benefit from their expertise, honed from years of figuring out what gets through to a social audience, but you'll also benefit from this layer of authenticity that everyone keeps talking about. In each of these examples, the brand gave the creators full creative control, and the results were outstanding. You need to remind yourself of why you're working with them in the first place. Creative direction is the new creative direction. And number 4, choose your where carefully. As discussed, social creators are a cost-effective way of generating social ads. With all the money we've just saved you in creating the content, you can invest in placement. 62% of marketers find Facebook to be the most important social media channel for their business. Yet achieving organic reach through the platform is increasingly difficult. Following its algorithm change in 2018, posts from friends and family are promoted above marketing messages. So if you want to be sure your customers are viewing your content, you should be relying on testing, not luck. Through a year of campaigns, Vamp has been able to perfect its targeting of customers shopping the Williams-Sonoma suite of brands, taking a return on ad spend from 13 times to 43 times. It's this refining and retargeting that helps drive consideration and conversion, and where you should be directing your investment over the coming year. It's no longer a clunky system of create and finish. You must keep learning and iterating. Now, everything you've seen in this presentation is available to your brand in 2020. Content creation has democratized. Brands have more access to skilled and affordable creative than ever before. It's time to take advantage of this revolution and incorporate it into your marketing strategy this year. After all, International Ice Cream Day is just around the corner.